Hey Leo, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth, I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader, and this is Tarot for your spiritual growth and healing, my darlings. This is your love reading for the month of September, Leo. We're going to draw some cards. First of all, looking at your energy, how you're going to be feeling, what you're going to be thinking. We're then going to look at their energy, so the person or the situation that you're going to be facing in the month of September, and we'll pick out two cards for key energies and key outcomes, or your key messages really, in love for the month of September. Now, love is, and love, relationships and families are the space where we can find most of our karma in our lifetimes, the most learning, okay? So it's really important that we look at this energy and we really see how karmically we can deal with it and what is to come karmically as well. Aries reading was amazing. So let's have a look at yours, okay? I've already shuffled and meditated before I turn on the camera. I'll do a little bit more of that now, and then we'll get started on your reading. Okay, my darling. Now, before I even want to look at the cards, I'll just tell you the message it was coming through when I was dealing them. It's a very emotionally charged month, okay? And there's some peak experiences that are going to be happening for you guys, you Leos, and for the person or situation coming towards you in the month of September. I'm excited, actually. Because then I just spotted as I was turning them over the card at the base of the reading. So the card at the base of the reading, the perspective or the overall energy of the net or of this time period. Okay, and for you guys, it's a Page of Cups. So this is really beautiful, sweet, emotional intimacy with an essence of we maybe not. It's new. It talks of new love. It talks of new. I'm smiling a huge amount because it's real. There's a real tenderness here with this energy. So some of us could be falling in love or falling in love further with our, taking our relationships to the next level. There's a feeling of vulnerability that comes with it, but still wanting to act on our feelings. Romantic. There's a beautiful sense of romance. Be interesting to see if the person or situation coming towards you is a water sign, is a Pisces, for example. There is, I feel just when I was dealing the cards, there's a huge amount of emotional, a huge amount of emotion on this in this energy here. So whether that's, as I said, this is a person or a situation because you know your life. So we'll have a look at those in a second. And these are just some clarifying cards just to her, and I'll know when they need to be dealt. I'll know which cards are there to clarify. So we're going to start with this energy first as your first key message. We'll look at this. Your first key message for this time period, and that is the Fool card. I love that this is your key message because this is what I'm really feeling. It's so beautiful with this energy. I'm just feeling it anyway. There's a new love for you guys, for those people that want it, and as I said, a deepening of love, further commitment, for example, taking a relationship or a commitment to the next level, if that's what you so wish. I feel that beautiful tenderness here, Leo. It's so beautiful. Some of you will be really finding people this month. You'll really be finding and wanting to find and wanting to, you feel ready with the Fool card. So the key message here is if you should feel ready to go for it. That's your key message. You should feel ready to go for it this month. Okay, unencumbered by the past, unencumbered by the mistakes, the betrayals, the upset, the hurt that we've all faced in our lives when it comes to relationships and love and people letting us down. Unencumbered from that, we've got here, you've got the knowledge here, you've got the wisdom, and that's all you need to carry with you. What you learned because of that stuff that happened, that was sad, that was difficult, that was challenging. Now it's time to step forward, and that goes for you and this other and the other person or the situation coming towards you. This definitely strongly indicates to me, as I said, new romance, new love, and a feeling vulnerable but excited and happy. Those new sparks of romance. So let's have a look at your energy, Leo, first of all. And as I said, the clarifiers will come when they come. So we've got the Ace of Swords. We've got speaking our truth. We've got definitive action. We've got working in our best interests. We've got initiating new starts, taking action toward new beginnings with the aces, but also in our thoughts and our minds, also in the way that we communicate with the Ace of Swords. We then have the Hierophant, which is about change, the things that we want to change. So those of us who are in newer relationships, maybe establishing boundaries, etc., establishing what we actually want and what we need. We've got the Four of Pentacles, which is really about consolidating, and we've got the Three of Pentacles. So this is so lovely, because the only card number we're missing is 2, but we've got 1, 3, 4, 5. We don't have no 2, but the 2 could be somewhere, who knows. But we start off, as I was saying that, there's a card that wants to come out. Honestly, one of these days, I'm going to have to get you. I have to try to communicate to my viewers, my lovely viewers, what actually happens when I'm reading tarot cards, how I do that. Because someone said to me, they said one of the comments on the last videos, the healing intuitive readings, up to the 12th of September. Someone said, "Oh, I'm a brand new to your channel." She said, "I've never seen someone shuffle and deal the cards like that. How do you do it?" And I don't know. It's I do, but it's very hard to explain. Anyway, Ace of Swords, Swords energy, thought, mind, clarity, consciousness, communication, what we say and think, what we allow ourselves to say and think, our awareness, our engagement with our awareness, or speaking our truth. Now, number 1's initiation. Okay, they're about new beginnings, and not only that, they're about us, you, because this is you, taking the strides to have the new beginning. So it's you doing this, you're doing the full stuff, you're going for it, you're doing stuff. This might mean you actually communicating online, for example, online dating. Swords energy relates to online stuff as well, or communication over the telephone, for example, or that type of thing. But it could relate to you speaking to somebody, you initiating conversations, you speaking truthfully. If you're in a relationship, in a situation now, in a couple, for example, this is you potentially speaking about the level of commitment that you're wanting. It's interesting because we can get what we want when it comes to love this September, and that's because you and all of us have been on a journey so far in 2019 where we are learning who we are, and we are learning what our desires are, and we are not avoiding those things anymore. We're facing up to them in 2019. So that's why when it comes to the energy like this of Virgo season, we can actually act on those things. We can cut out the things that we don't want, and we can include and start taking steps toward the things that we do want. And it seems that you're going to be doing the same. There's honest conversations for those people in couples about commitment, about solidifying a relationship, about potentially formalizing it, moving in together, marriage, etc. But this is you, though, really initiating things, your self-leadership, you taking ownership of your truth, of what you want, of what you think, of what you feel, and acting on that. Also with a gift, auspiciousness, of luck, a little sprinkling of luck from the universe. There's a tenderness, as I've said. I can feel that. Now let's have a look at this. Wow. So to clarify the Ace of Swords, we've got the Ten of Pentacles. So definitely what I said about solidifying a relationship or establishing a relationship properly in a more formalized way, marriage, a further commitment, agreeing to only date each other, whatever. There's if you're in a relationship, that's what you want, and that's what you want to speak about, and you're ready to do that, and you're willing to do that, and you want to do that. And for those of us, or those of you, I should say, because I'm not a Leo, for those of you that are single, this is about you being clear in yourself, in your mind that you are ready for that level of commitment now. You might have been single for some time, you might have been single for a little while, and this is you sort of admitting to yourself almost that the family, the stable, that stable, secure relationship and situation is actually something that you do want and you do desire, and you're no longer going to avoid that fact. And not only are you not going to avoid it, you're actually going to take steps. You're going to do things that actually help you to manifest a level of security and abundance that you want within a relationship. Okay, so that's beautiful. So then we move on to the Hierophant. Now, my attention, really annoying, is being drawn by this other, what's this card? Clarifying card here. So I'm going to look at it now. Wow. Because I was feeling this here, so I have to look at this now, and it's the Ace of Cups. I mean, I can't believe I know, because I understand the energy for, it's Virgo season, you know, there's no more messing about. We are trying to be clear. We're trying to be decisive. We're trying to not, pardon my French, bullshit ourselves anymore. We're being honest with ourselves. It's about being honest with ourselves, basically, in a nutshell. In September or during Virgo season. So we have this new emotional beginning as well. So look at these three cards. We've got Ace, and 10. We've got the 0 there, obviously the full card. So there is this energy of new starts, new beginnings, feeling differently, you know, feeling renewed, feeling refreshed, feeling clear about what you want, and acting on it. Acting in your best interest, acting to fill your own cup when it comes to love and to securing the type of relationship or the type of commitment that you want, whether you are single, in a relationship, widowed, whatever. You are being honest with yourself and potentially with your partner or the person that you're seeing. You're being honest with yourself about the fact that actually you want a relationship and you want a committed relationship, a loving relationship. And not only do you want it, you are willing to do what it takes to try to secure that, to try to manifest that. Whether that is, as I said, having conversations, online dating, whatever it takes, because you're like, do you know what? Why am I going to stay where I am when I know and understand that this is what I want? I'm going to go after it, and you should be confident, and you are confident. And this is this energy. It physically for me because I'm a Reiki master, so I work with energy. That doesn't mean anything to you, probably, work with energy. It sounds like something that people say that doesn't mean anything. And I understand that. But what I mean when I say I work with energy is just in the same way that these cards, okay, the red and white deck was created. It was created by a husband and wife team, and she would meditate on the different energies, and she would dream, and she created the pictures based on the dreams. So all the pictures on this deck that I use, the red and white deck, is based on that. And what she did was she was working with the energies. And what I do is I don't draw pictures and I don't have the dreams, but what I do is I meditate with the energies. And when I'm experiencing them, feeling them, I reflect on what it feels like physically to experience it, and also what it conjures in my mind, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so for the physical experience of this is very heady. It's very overwhelming in a good way. It's like when you're really excited. It's like when you're really giddy. It's like when you're really when you're blushing, you know, when you know, that's the type of energy. So that's how you should be feeling. That's how you will be feeling, romantic, you know, beautiful. And because you're moving toward this security that it is you want to achieve. Now we've got the Hierophant next of all for you. The Hierophant number 5 is about change. It's about understanding where you are in relation to the structures in society and the agreement that you made with yourself, for example. So if you know this is the standard, and the Hierophant, he knows the rules, but he chooses to listen to a higher calling, and that's like you. It's like, you know how you've been, you know, usually you might have, or in the past you may have, you know, turned your back on a deeper level of intimacy with your partner, or a deeper level of intimacy with when it comes to dating. You may have just sort of been like, oh, I'm not really into dating, I'm not really bothered. So you know your rules, you know who you are, you know what you want, but it's a case of now there's a change that's trying to come through for you. Interestingly, because Aries got this card, but the message was totally different. So you can always go back and watch it. The message was totally different for them. Even with this, their reading was beautiful, by the way. Love of a Lifetime, it's called. You guys understand now that there is changes that are necessary for you to achieve the type of heady, beautiful happiness, compassionate, abundant, secure love in your relationship and in yourself that you want. You understand now what needs to change, and it's been a struggle. There's been something potentially that you've been trying to work out before this point, trying to understand. Maybe you've been trying to understand why am I not doing it? Why am I not going there? Why am I not wanting a relationship? It could also be, though, that for those of you that are in relationships and are in couples, this could be that you've been in this relationship for a long time with your partner whom you love, but you've never wanted to solidify the commitment. You've never wanted to move in together. You've never wanted to call yourself boyfriend and boyfriend, or boyfriend and girlfriend, or whatever. You've never wanted to do that, and it's as if now there's that change is starting to happen, or you're wanting to address that, to understand that, but also to change it, to shift it, to, as I said, deepen that level of intimacy between you and your partner. We all hold ourselves back. I don't care how long you've been in a relationship for, you know you, and you know you hold yourself back, because that's what we do. It's human nature. And we hold ourselves back in showing. You can be with someone for 10 years and they don't know you, because you only let them know so much. And there's been, for you with this Four of Pentacles, I feel like you've been really trying to understand that. You've been really trying to understand that. For some of you, it's obvious. Some of you may not have been able to move on in a relationship because there was something else going on in life, or in a different, there was something else that was holding you back maybe. Now that energy is shifting and changing, so there's cooperation, not only from the universe, but also from the person or people around you, or the situations that have been maybe blocking your ability to be in a relationship or to have the type of commitment or intimacy that you want. Those sort of walls are gone, if you will. Those sort of barriers are sort of broken down, and now we see this energy that's been put into creating a fair, a balance, a compassionate, stable type of relationship or affair that you want. It's as if there's been something in the way that's been blocking this. There's been something in the way that's been blocking this cooperation, whether it's been you've been in another relationship with somebody else, but really you want to be with this person, who may be a Taurus, I don't know, whatever. It's something that's been blocking. It could have been illness, for example. Something's been blocking you. It could have been that you took a long time getting over your ex, for example. That's been blocking you. But it's not been blocking you. You've been trying to understand, consolidation, the wisdom that you carry with you when you start the new relationship, the understanding that you carry with you. You've been trying to get that in your mind. You've been trying to work out your foundations. Number 4s are about foundations, structures, roots, where things come from, where we come from, where our ideas come from, where our sense of self comes from, where our sense of security comes from, where our insecurities come from. 4s are about that, where our family comes from, what's our traditions, blah blah blah, all that stuff. That's what 4s is about. So with the Four of Pentacles, as I said, you want to have your own security. You want to establish a new way of living and a new way of being, but you have to understand what makes this for you. What are your foundations? And it's as if now you understand those, and you're able to. And as I said, because you understand them, not only you're doing what you should do in order to have the new start that you want, but also the person or situation around you and the universe are helping you to manifest the new beginning, and the secure new beginning, and the loving new beginning, and the truthful, honest, authentic new beginning and change that you want to see in your life, Leo, when it comes to your relationships. Now we're looking at this personal situation coming towards you. Now I got a real strong sense before I looked at any of the cards, that there's a emotionally charged energy that comes through with this person, okay, or with this situation. There's an emotionally charged energy that comes through. So that could indicate that that's a huge amount of passion. It could indicate, we've got the Queen of Wands, so it could indicate a huge amount of passion, you know, attraction, sexual attraction. They could also indicate that magnetic pull, you know, that you have with somebody. But it could indicate that this person has been through their stuff as well. So just as you've been through your stuff, they've been through their stuff, and that's whether you're in a relationship or not. Sometimes even when we're in a relationship, we can isolate ourselves. As I said, we don't always tell people who we are. We don't always tell people what we want. People think it's, I don't know why, well, I do know why people, we all lie to each other all the time, every day, because that's what we think is how society runs. That's how society runs better. We agree that society runs better if we don't tell each other the truth. I mean, I think that's bullshit, but pardon my French, but that's what we've agreed as a society, to save each other's feelings, to be polite, as opposed to being truthful and honest. You know, we find it hard to do it. So whatever it is that's caused, there has been some an emotional upheaval for this person. There's a fly here. Come, what is that? It's red. It's tiny. It's a fruit fly. I'm eating grapes. Well, they've run out now. Anyway, so Ten of Swords, my darling. So this is an energy of they've been through the ringer. They've been through the ringer, this person. Or this might be you, but I think it's this person anyway. You know, this situation. It's one that has been ongoing for a long time, creating a huge amount of anxiety, creating stress in their mind, in your mind. You apply it, trying to have this new beginning, trying to have this new start. For you people that are single, you know, this is really representative of what you've been through. And that is, as I said, something that has in a way distracted you or stopped you from having a new emotional beginning. Well, that is now over, and it is now time to have that new start. Okay, if this is a different person, that means that through their life, what's been going on for them is this. I'm gonna have to get rid of these. I can't kill that fly because I can't kill flies. You can't even see it. I know it's only tiny. The thing that's been going on for them has been challenging, stressful, difficult. It could have been they've been in ill health up until this point. You know, they've been struggling emotionally and mentally, but that's over for them now. You know, now what they seem ready to do, which is similar to what you want to do, is to act on your desire for a new romantic beginning, a new relationship. You're wanting to act on that. They are wanting, because we know that because of the aces. And potentially they are, if it's a different person coming towards you, they are wanting to act on that. If it's in your relationship and you've been in this relationship and it's been difficult for you guys, this year's been testing. Check out on my Instagram and on my Facebook, Key Wisdom Tarot. Have a look back at some of the posts that I've done this year about the transformations and about the different transits and, you know, how the different things have affected us. It's been hard for the individual this year, and therefore it's been very challenging for couples this year. You know, generally you're happy, I'm sure, but it's been because we as individuals have been going through a huge amount of change and growth and learning about ourselves. It has really had a huge impact on relationships. So when I see on the news this couple have broken up or that couple's broken up, I'm not surprised. 2019 is brutal in that sense. Okay, I tell you what, I am surprised about Marley and Liam, to be fair. I just love them too, and I'm gutted for them, but I'm not surprised, because anyone who buckled under the pressure of 2019, I don't blame you, because 2019, man, has been tough. Anyway, so they could have had a similar experience, this person coming towards you. It could be an earth sign, because we've got earth sign here, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or it could be a fire sign like you, Leo, Aries, Sag. But this is the want, the will, and the act of doing something in order to manifest a secure future, in order to manifest security. So in love, when it comes to love, there's a also, as I said, similar in this, because they're both pages, there's also an insecurity. Okay, this person doesn't know if you accept their advances. This person doesn't know if you will want to go out with them, but you do. There's a definitely a pull between, you know, if someone is like, this could be someone asking you out, as could this, but there's also, as I said, this energy of you wanting that as well. You wanting this emotional beginning and acting on that with the Fool card. And it's a similar energy for this person. They're wanting a new start and a new security when it comes to relationship. Even if this is the same person you've been with for the last 20 years, there's this energy of renewal. There's this energy of, let's start again. Let's take baby steps. Let's try to go on more dates. Let's have more quality time, whatever. But it's actually doing something that ensures we're building towards security, that we're cooperating toward a new emotional beginning. As I said, whether you've been single for 20 years or whether you've been in the same relationship for 20 years, it's that same energy of movement, okay? We next have the Queen of Wands here. Queen of Wands, as I said, fire sign. Now, the masculine energies, the pages, the Hierophant, you know, divine masculine, the pages, the kings, they're all about, even the Fool, they're all about the actions that we take, the things that we do, the steps that we take. So the text messages that we send, and the massages that we give, and the cups of tea that we make, or the asking somebody out on a date. They are the actions that we take, the masculines. The feminine energies are about what's within us, what we understand, how we feel, what is my intuitive sense. Am I drawn to this person? That's the feminine. That's what the feminine represents. That's what we mean when we talk about divine feminine. So, and wand energy is all about passion and excitement. It linked to your third eye as well. So this foresight, this feeling, this intuition, this almost inner knowing, this energy that pulls you towards or repels you away from something. And it's being in tune with that, the Queen of Wands. And there is that sense, as I said, there's a vulnerability, but there's a sweetness and there's an innocence almost to this new way of being in your relationship or in your single life. There's a new way of being, and that's how it is for you, and that's a situation coming towards you. It's as if, or a person, situation or person coming towards you, it's as if there is this using our instinct, using our intuition, following what feels good, you know, not telling ourselves in our mind, you know, the same stories over and over again. Oh my God, you know, I always get cheated on, or I'm no good, or they always lie to me, or you know, I've tried and he's never responded, she's never responded, we're over that anxiety, we're over that sort of mental stress, turmoil, and now we are going with what feels good to me, what feels right to me, what I feel drawn to. I can't say why, but I know I've got to go this way. That's this energy. So whether this is you, whether this is them, whether this is the situation, whether you're single, this is that energy that's coming. This is that energy that they're feeling, that you're feeling, like it's time to just, instead of spending all my time in my mind trying to analyze how I feel, trying to interpret how I feel, trying to plan what he's going to say or what she's going to say, and then what I'm going to say after that. Forget that. Now we are going with our instinct. We are going with our pull, that thing that's moving us. And that's a beautiful thing to see in this side. And finally, we've got this card here. Now, it's interesting we've got this card. Well, we've got the Ace, and we've got the Ace of Swords, and we've got the Two of Swords as well. In fact, I said, didn't I, we needed the two, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. So we've got progress. You know, when you think about the numbers, the ascending numbers, yes, they've each got different energies, different vibrations, different meanings, if you will, different interpretations linked to different archangels and all that stuff. But when we look at the basic things about numbers, we know that if we have a sequence of numbers, it means progress. So we know that 1, 2, 3 means progress. It means it's the act, as I said, the act of taking steps, the act of doing things. We are doing things. You are moving. They are moving. There is progress in your love life this month of September in the way that you want it to do, because you're the one who's being brave. Even though you feel vulnerable, you feel ready, you're excited, and that's beautiful to feel. I've got the Two of Swords, okay? Now, I've explained what sword energy is about. Now, 2 is about our commitment, it's about duality, it's about partnerships, it's about balance, level-headedness, diplomacy, i.e. keeping the peace. That's when people, what I just said to you before about when people, we agree to be polite in society instead of being truthful. You know, basically. So this is that's what diplomacy means. So we've got the Two of Swords here. So we talk about this as being a decision that needs to be made, or someone trying to make a decision. It's not really necessarily trying to make a decision, sorry. It's more that you know what you want to do, but you're just not acting on it. Now, this person, as I said, I felt that energy of it's emotionally charged. You know, they've been on a journey internally, and this could be you apply it, you know, on a journey to try to understand what it is they want. And now there's they're feeling drawn, or you're feeling drawn to this new beginning, to a new type of relationship, to a new emotional beginning, a new level of intimacy in your current relationship, whatever it is for you, being drawn toward that. But we still have almost the reverberations of this. We still have the reverberations of this sword energy, which is, even though we're being pulled and we feel that connection, we feel the will, the want to start taking steps to do more, to secure the type of commitment and future that we want, there's still all that stuff that goes on in the head of, is this the right thing to do? Is this really what I want? But it's not. That's a reverberation. I want to say that that's learned behaviour for this person. It's not. I don't get the sense of there being two people involved, you know, as in like, you know, a third party relationship or anything like that. I don't get that sense, actually, because I get an energy of there is a balance on both sides. If this is, whether this is your relationship or whether you're single and this is somebody new or new potential relationship coming towards you, I feel like there's a balance on both sides. It's in like, you both want, you're in the same spaces and you want a commitment, you want a new relationship. It's just that this person's been, they've been burned, just like we've all been burned, but it's like, that is the thing that kind of makes them question whether this is real or not. They're like, well, how can I trust? How can I? And it's just because they're used to that. They're used to being in that energy of, you know, of feeling betrayed, let down, hurt by relationships. And so we do that. We all do that. We internalize it. If someone cheats, I always say it's their fault, but you believe it. You think it's your fault. If something bad happens to you when it comes to relationships, you think it's your fault. You think it's my fault because I'm not good enough, because I'm not worthy, because I'm whatever. You know, that's what we think. And it's kind of like that. It's kind of like the reverberations as opposed to anything that you ever did, that you did to this person, okay? Let's have a look at your last key message. So we've got this, be brave, take the steps, go toward, you know what you need to do. The opportunity is there. That's the first key message. And the second, wow. We've got the star card. So we know when we see the star card, we've got destiny and fated events. We've got clarity and foresight. There's a calmness. Now, hopefully this calmness can overcome the anxiety that this person might be feeling, or that you might be feeling, you know, because you've got to know and understand, as I always say, and it's hard for people to sometimes accept it, but it's the truth as I know it. So I don't tell you these things because I want you to like me. I tell these things because it's the truth as I understand it, that everything that happens is necessity. And where you're at now, the things that have happened in your life have led you to today, have led you to who you are. You wouldn't be who you are right now if you couldn't look back and see all the stuff that had happened to you, okay? So you have to recognize that that's the path that we all walk, whether we want to engage with that consciously or not. That's the path that we're all walking. The star card indicates that. The star card indicates success. The star card indicates healing. So it could mean that this is coming at the right time for you, Leo, this relationship, or this renewal in your relationship, this renewal in your commitment, because there's a huge amount of healing going on spiritually, emotionally, sexually for some of you as well. It could be that this other person coming toward you has been a victim of a particularly, you know, difficult, or that could be you, you know, a victim of a form of abuse or betrayal that has left you or them feeling shook, you know, post-traumatic stress almost, you know, that type of intense sort of fear and intense anxiety of having another relationship in case it repeats. It's not a conscious thing, it's a reactionary thing. It's how our instincts react when we have trauma. We instinctually avoid situations that could lead us back to that level of fear and that level of intensity. The star card indicates here that the path is yours to walk now, as it is theirs if there's another person or situation. It's the path is yours to walk now. And this is the path that's leading you to healing. Karmically, this experience is what you need to help you to heal. That's what these cards indicate and suggest. So Leo, it's looking like an interesting month. It's looking like an emotionally charged month. It's looking like new emotional beginnings, new love connections potentially for those people. People being cooperative with you, people wanting to work with you, whether it's to reestablish, reaffirm, recommit, or to have a brand new relationship and brand new commitment, brand new fun and excitement. You feel vulnerable, but you feel the energy of connection. You feel the energy of that sexual energy and healing, as I said, potentially sexual traumas, those betrayals. You know, if someone's put you down in the past because of your physique or because of anything like that, if someone's damaged your self-esteem in the past, remember it's in the past. And we can move forward toward the things we want to do. And that's for you and for them. Okay, my darlings, I'm going to leave it there. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. My darlings, subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And do not forget to watch your bi-weekly intuitive reading up to the 12th of September. That's a healing reading, okay, all for you, my darling, to raise your vibrations, to help you heal. They're really good, actually. They went down very well. I've had some amazing comments from those readings, actually. Beautiful comments. Really touched me, actually, some of the comments that people wrote about those. I will read your comments if you leave them, my darlings. Feel free to share this video on your Instagram, your WhatsApp, your Facebook with your friends, your family. You can find Kivis and Tarot on Instagram and on Facebook. I do, as I said, go back, have a look at the extra little things that I put on there, if you think they'll be of help for you. And keep an eye out for the astrology for September. I'll be uploading that, if not today, if not at the same time as these readings, but around in the same week anyway. All right, my darling Leos, have a fabulous September. Go after the love, do the things that you want to do. This is where you should be right now, okay? Enjoy it. Have a fabulous month, my darlings. Take care, Leo. Bye.